welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a Q&A because I can. Have a seat, grab a snack, you know what I mean? I asked you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram and you guys delivered. Thank you very much. So I'm going to be scrolling through what you said and I'm going to be saying what I need to say about what you said, you know what I mean? So let's dive in. So the first, okay, sorry, I have so many stories on my Instagram. It's like crazy because I'm insane and I like to save everything that I post and like keep it for like, I don't know why. But anyway, it's my digital portfolio. I'm like big on a digital footprint. Like let's make some, you know what I mean? All right. What cryptos are you buying? That is so funny. I don't buy Intel, thank you. I love your readings. Thank you very much. What is the best way to heal from a rough day? I would say, if you're going through it, take some time for yourself and like just take some time to literally disconnect from everybody and like don't talk to anyone and just be alone with yourself and do what makes you feel very happy and grounded and centered. So get some snacks. I always enjoy like surrounding myself with snacks, and plan some time to, if you're having a rough time, plan some time to meditate, you know, and to just sit in silence for a while. If you can't do that, do what makes you feel comfortable and soothed. Yes. So whatever that might be, if you enjoy music, to each their own, of course. I could tell you what I do, but I have many different like systems that I employ. Oh my God. Depending on what mood I'm in. So if I'm really sad, I will cry and I will let myself cry and I will just like be there and I will pray and I will meditate. If I'm feeling like I want to like have a good time and like hang out with myself, I will film and I will dance too. I love to dance or sing. I love to put together outfits as well. Like I'm very much into dopamine dressing, so those are some things you can do. Personally, the way that I live, I can just talk about this briefly because I want to, is I literally only do things that I love. Like I only wear what I want to wear. I only post what I want to post. Like I live very much in accordance with who I am and my soul, and it didn't happen overnight this way. I had to cut out a lot of like programming for this to happen. About what is right and what is not right and what one should do. Like for example, like I don't necessarily like go out and like drink and stuff just because like I could. I'm open to it, but it's not something I like do, you know, really at all, because I have fun in other ways. Like I'd rather like stay home and like dance. You know what I mean? Or go outside and do the same thing, or walk, move my body. Or film in some way. So yeah, do what you love and honor yourself. Take some time to honor you, because our world is so demanding of our attention. So you need to put some attention and focus to yourself as much as you can. You know, this is also the way to build a business. Like you can't build a business if you're not focusing on yourself and your mind and your assets and your skill sets and investing in your personality and who you are, in your character, you know. When's your next music video? Oh, what's your next music video? I don't know, give me ideas. In a tropical location near the water. Let me know where I should go. Yes, I've decided this. I really want to go to Miami and just like, I don't know if I want to like live there. I've only been once, but Miami is something. It always, wherever I go, I see Miami. Like I see signs about Miami. Like I see like people talking to me about Miami. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. One of your favorite movies of all time? I must know. Plus, I love your laugh. Feel better, love. Thank you. I don't really watch movies. I promise I'm interesting. Like, no, I don't really watch movies. But I would say I really like Crazy Rich Asians. It's like such a cute movie. I also like Aladdin. All three versions of Aladdin. I'm like always obsessed with Aladdin. So I like the 1990s. There was one that was like the first Aladdin, but it wasn't called Aladdin. It was called Aladdin and His Magic Lamp, and there are like clips about it on YouTube. I don't know. And I used to watch it as a kid. The second Aladdin that I love is the Disney Aladdin that everyone knows about, and the third one that I love is the motion picture Aladdin, which aired in 2019. I love Aladdin very much. Why pink? It is the superior color out of all colors. Pink is perfect. Pink is perfection. I want to start a YouTube channel, but I'm scared. LOL. How do I start? By starting. You start by starting. You don't think about it. You don't wonder. You start by taking action, and you just take continuous action. Pick a niche, any niche, babe. There's so many niches out there. Before you say that you don't need a niche, you need a niche. So pick a niche. Okay. Biz tips, please. I would say understand who you are first, and have a desire for a problem that you want to solve. Have a purpose for living, have a purpose, and then start a business around that purpose. That is what I would encourage people to do, because so many people start businesses and they fail. The businesses fail because they don't have a clear direction going into the business. They see things from the way other people did it, and they compare themselves to other people, and they want to amass a lot of wealth. It's not going to happen, because wealth happens over time. Wealth happens through legacy, which is born via purpose. So you need to have a purpose before going into business of any kind. And let's say that you're really into like e-commerce, just as an example, and you're wondering how purpose can be connected to e-commerce. Oh, trust me, it can. Because at the end of the day, even if you're doing e-commerce, you want to have a personal brand. You want to be putting out content. You want people to know your name, right? Because this is legacy-based business. This is a long-term business. So, and also you can educate others on any skill sets that you know, including e-com. So you want to be posting content. You want your name to be out there, right? So that in and of itself is purpose. That is you having purpose. I'm having major deja vu right now. Like extreme, like deja vu, like actually, like I've lived this moment before. I've lived this moment. I've lived this moment like 3 times before. Okay. So do you know what I mean? So that is how you can turn an e-com brand that seemingly does not have a purpose. It's just all skill-based. No, babe, you can turn it into a purpose-driven brand. Does that make sense? How do you make more spiritual or magically aligned friends? I would say demonstrate your interests. Like, don't just talk about them, but like actually act on them and do them, right? Or talk about them, but like make your interests known. And naturally you will find people gravitating towards you that have the same interests as you. I would recommend, again, content creation. Like, I'm so hell-bent about getting everybody in the world to start a personal brand, because it is truly the cheat code of like any sort of business model. Number one. Number two, you need to be established as a leader in your field and as an authority in your field, because you have skill sets that you don't even know about that can contribute to the global economy, that can actually change many people's lives. You're just not aware of how much of a leader you are yet, okay? So this channel is also here to guide you towards understanding that. Somebody asked me, who am I? You're me, just in a different body. Did you know? Okay. And then I got more questions here. Did you know you channeled Guruji to me? I was not aware. Thank you for informing me. I did not know that. People will tell me like that. People will tell me all kinds of things, okay? And that's important as well, to like understand that people will tell you things, and you should not take compliments nor criticism to be fact, because they're not. This is something that I will coach you guys on, and I've coached you on this before, by the way, if you were not aware. Do not take compliments or criticism as real. They're not real. What is real is you and your energy and your emotions and your focus, and where you choose to spend your focus and your attention. That's what's real. And your mood, your vibration, okay? And your connection to God, that's what's real. Did you know you channeled Guruji to me? I was not aware. So when I channel, again, it's not me. So, you know, I just am like a conduit, you know, so that's good to know. Like, have you experienced anything similar to what I'm going through, and do you have any book recs? I don't know what you're going through, but chances are I probably have, because you want to know what? I'm learning that every one of us experiences the same things in life. All of us are scared. All of us are nervous. We all have social anxiety. We all think that we're not doing our best. We all completely lessen our value, and we devalue ourselves spiritually and energetically to such high degrees, when in actuality our value is infinite. It's infinite. So yeah, I can bet, that I've gone through some of the similar things that you have, and we all have. So that's why human compassion should be at the forefront of like any relationship or any conversation even, because we all need to understand that we are just the same person in different bodies. We are just God's specific projection in different bodies. And his expression, his specific expression in different bodies. Do you have any book recs? I would recommend The Journey Within by Radhanath Swami. I would recommend, what is it? You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I would recommend, obviously, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I love that one. What else? I'd recommend, obviously, the Bhagavad Gita. Obviously, the Bible. These are my two go-tos, by the way. These are the only two books I primarily read, so I would recommend scripture, like, first and foremost. Besides any self-help book, you don't actually need any self-help book, really. You just need to meditate, but, that's another topic. I would also recommend, there's this one book that's called, I'd recommend The Art of War. I absolutely need to know, like, what this book is. I was reading it about a month ago. There's a lot of complications. Hold on, my other phone wants my other phone because they're connected. It's like my children are always like asking for something. If you see things flying around, don't worry about it. I just smoked some incense right here. Sorry guys, it's a one-woman circus. Okay, I found the book. It's called You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor. It is so fundamental. Like, I cannot express to you how important reading this specific book is. You need to get your hands on this book. It actually shows you what money is in terms of energy and how money operates. It's so fascinating. I'd also recommend by Florence Scovel Shinn, literally all of her books. So Your Word is Your Wand by her. Also The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. And The Secret Door to Success. All three of these books have changed my life. So I'd recommend those. My thingy got deleted. Are we alone in the universe? No. We're not at all. And there's an alien emoji. So we're not alone at all. We have all types of beings that exist. And Earth is a realm, and it's so beautiful because we have the ability to tap into like higher dimensional beings. So these are your angels, your asparas, like your gods, the devas, like demigods, basically. Like, we have the ability to tap into these energy fields. But the best is God. When you go to the source, your energy is purified. So you are cleansed when you connect to God. So that is our like best asset as a human being, is to be able to connect to our creator. But are we alone in the universe in terms of like other beings and stuff? Like, they're all out there, they all exist. It just depends on whether or not you are on the same vibrational frequency as them, so as to be able to interpret them and communicate with them, and etc. And I would not recommend, again, being on any vibrational frequency other than God's frequency, because you don't need anybody else, you don't need anything else, and you should not really, ideally, like, try to go anywhere else, because you are just going to get, like, warped information maybe, or the information may be not what you need, or you may gain in one area of your life or lose in another. So be careful when exploring different realms of, like, I don't know, psychic communication or whatever you guys call it. Like, I don't really believe or agree with any of that. I believe and agree with God and connecting to God, and I will always, by the way. So I'm not personally interested in anything else. So how old were you when you discovered your spiritual gifts? I don't think I ever really discovered my spiritual gifts. Like, I don't think I have spiritual gifts. I just think that we all have abilities, and like we just may not tap into it. But I've just always been the way that I am now. Like, I have gone through many like progressions and transformations of like my character and like the refinement of my character, but my inherent personality is like the same as it's always been. And I just always lived in my specific way. When I was a kid, I would always like play pretend and play dress up, and like I was very fantasy oriented, and like I still am in a way, but now it's in a way that is at least like grounded and like helpful for people. Like, hopefully, I don't know. I've always been very musical, and I would say that my first spiritual awakening or coming to God moment, when I was 19, that's when I discovered that spirituality is life, and that we don't need to exist within our minds and within like things like depression or mental addiction or OCD, stuff like that. So I would say around that time is when I realized that we are all spiritually gifted beings, and I have the ability to tap into God. I actually kind of made a video on this, interestingly enough, about my first experience tapping into God. Next, let me see. Would you ever start a virtual book club? I would love to start a virtual book club. I just have not yet. I want to. How do I do that? Let me know if you know. I'll look that up as well. Somebody said, what time am I picking you up? You cannot pick me up. You better have a reason why you're picking me up. Like, like it better be a good reason. What do you suggest to someone going through a breakup? I would say, okay. I'm like putting my phone down for this. Breakups are very hard. I would say this to you. People come into our lives for reasons that we don't fully understand, like the full scope of. So every person's entrance into our life is a blessing. So understand that, and do not mourn for the time that you spent together. I would say cherish the person that you became in the process of the relationship. And I would say mentally thank that person for being your teacher. I would also say that, relationships are a great way to see where your personal traumas still lie and what you still need to work on and what is unresolved within you and what things still trigger you, because you can become an absolute unit if you just like solve all of the internal issues or most of the internal issues that you have. And I would recommend taking the easy way out. It's never easy. It's not the easy way out. But the most direct way, which is going to the soul. I would recommend sitting with your soul. This is a great time. Heartbreak and breakups are great opportunities for you to tap in to yourself and for you to sit with you and understand who you are, understand your identity. Or if you are really serious about this stuff, go deep within yourself to examine your subconscious mind, to excavate the stuff that's been in there, programming and conditioning, to reprogram it with conditions that you want, favorable conditions that you want to translate out into your reality, and then create your identity. That's what I did with my very first heartbreak, and look where it got me now. You know what I mean? Like, I'd recommend this because this is like, pain is such a catalyst. Like, this is like your immediate transportation to like a whole new level of life. You know what I mean? Like, you can do anything now. You can set goals and go for them. You can become really rich, mentally, physically first, right? You can become an entirely different person that is actually happy, though. You don't want to spiritually bypass. You don't want to bypass your pain. You want to feel your pain, okay? Because this pain is what is going to serve you. This pain is what is going to transform you. It is what is going to skyrocket you. okay, to actual fulfillment and success, which is self-awareness, which is living from the soul. And you living from the soul will result in actions that compound, and you will eventually become a whole new person with a whole new life. But for now, just be patient with yourself and understand that you still have your whole life ahead of you, and you need to focus on you and love you. You need to love you, because let me tell you, when you love yourself, nobody can do or say anything to you, and you are the autonomous force of your life, you know, and your boss is God, you know. And real self-love is being you from who you are. Real self-love is the ability to be authentic. Real self-love is living from your soul. Real self-love is understanding that you are the soul and living from that. Okay, so this is a time for you, babe. Okay, not a time for anyone else. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. How do you know all the stuff you talk about in your YouTube videos? You are a force of nature. Thank you. I think life experience and a lot of self-study and studying topics that I needed to study in order to self-develop and be happy, you know, that will grow you, you know. Do you like my corset? Somebody asked me, are you single? I don't date and tell. Thank you so much. I think that I am single. I think that, I think that, you know, like, one's dating life should be really private, at least until you're married, and then everybody may have to know. But I really believe in friendship ultimately as well, first. And long-term friendship as well. Like, that's the thing, man. You know, when people date, there's like a chance they're gonna break up, you know what I mean? And so ultimately, like, I would take long-term friendship over like dating any day, just because that's what's most important. You know, people think that relationships are what is most important, but at the root of every relationship is friendship. At the root of marriage is friendship. So friendship is the most important thing. But yeah, to answer your question, even if I wasn't single, I wouldn't really like ever show it on social media. I never have. I don't think I've ever shown any of my previous dating situations on social media, like, ever. I love you. Hope your night is good. Thank you so much. I love you too. How did you build your brand? Vid on that. It took a long time. It's still taking a long time. I'm gonna be doing it for the rest of my life, but I did it with filling 12 notebooks full of my strategy first, and then I spent 2 years doing back-end work, and then I eventually grew in confidence the more that I took action on it, you know. How do you do your singing videos? I just sing. I just sing. I literally just pick a song and I sing, and it's usually an Ariana Grande song or a song that I can sing. And I'll just sing. That's it, you know. I like warm up and stuff before. I also have to be in the right energy to be able to do it. Best way to start an online business: just start and expand. Start with purpose, like I said, and expand from there, and learn. You can learn any skill in any field, so be open to learning. Actually, you will have to be doing a lot of learning, and this will be like the main thing that you do for the rest of your life, babe, because once you start a business, there ain't no stopping this boat, you know what I mean? There ain't no stopping this shit, because once you start a business, you change. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A type video where I answered some of your guys' questions. If you have any more questions for me, you can leave them in the comment section down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. You have my whole heart. Thumbs up this video because it was a banger. Subscribe to this channel for more, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.